Good evening and welcome to Grand Lake Health Systems Court here at Memorial High School. You are tuned in to Rider Nation Station, and we are here tonight to bring you one of our first ever broadcasts of girls volleyball. Tonight, your commentating crew is the J Crew. I'm Kelly, and with my husband Mike, and we're going to be here to bring you tonight's WBL action. And tonight is kind of a new thing both for us as broadcasters and for Rider Nation Station. We're trying to pull off a dual broadcast. We have another crew over at the soccer fields and bringing you the OG St. Mary's girls soccer match. So we're going to
battle for first place.
Battle for
in
first
soccer,
place.
and then here there's a battle for first place as both teams are undefeated here as well.
So we got a great crew here to bring you tonight's action. So with just a couple minutes left in the pregame, Mike, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about tonight's game?
Tonight's a matchup of Blue Bloods in the WBL. If you look at the career winning percentage of volleyball teams, only 3 teams in the WBL have won over half their games. Two of the 3 who have career 500 winning percentages are playing here tonight. Ottawa Glandorf has won about 61% of their WBL matches throughout their history. St. Mary's has won 59%. Only Salina has better win percentage in the WBL than the 2 teams here tonight. OG, that win percentage has been skyrocketing of late. They have won 7 of the last 10 WBL titles. The years would be in 2020, 19, 18, 17, 15, 14, and 13. So they have won 7 of their total 11 WBL titles in the last 10 years. So they are definitely a power in the WBL historically and of late as well.
Both teams come in at 3-0 in the WBL. And so obviously this match tonight is going to go a long way in determining who comes out as WBL champions at the end of the year.
OG, St. Mary's, and Shawnee are all tied at 3-0 in the league. OG has beaten Kenton, Wapak, and Elida. St. Mary's has beaten Salina, Defiance, and Wapak. So 2 of the 3 undefeated teams in the league are meeting here tonight. St. Mary's not only is the league lead at stake tonight, but I'm sure St. Mary's would like to get a rather large monkey off their back. They have not beaten OG since 2011.
Ooh.
So it's been a long, dry spell against the Titans. I'm sure the Riders would like to start a winning streak against them.
So St. Mary's is coming off a loss against Minster on Tuesday. It was kind of a roller coaster of a night for the Rough Riders. Dropped the first 2 sets against the Wildcats and then kind of regrouped and came back and won the next 2. And then when it came to that 15-point 5th set, just kind of collapsed, lost their mojo, and Minster came out with the 5-set victory. So I'm sure that Coach Kaylee Yoder wants to get the Riders back on track, and what better way to do it than to knock off the OG Titans in WBL
the Titans
action.
themselves are on a losing streak. They've lost their last 2, including this week. On Monday, they lost to the Eastwood Eagles 3-1. So both teams would like to get back on the winning track.
Right. So the Titans overall are 4-7. 3, as I said, 3-0 in the Western Buckeye League. St. Mary's 8-6, 3-0 in the Western Buckeye League. And players are lining up. I assume the flag's coming down, so we're going to take a break, and we'll stay here according to our executive producer, Rich Spencer. We're going to stay here for the national anthem.
We live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served this great country to defend these freedoms, you're invited to stand and sing our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
All right, we're going to get ready for the extended introductions for volleyball. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with introductions in high school volleyball, everybody gets introduced, and there's choreographed clapping for both sides. But it's one of those where it's not a matter of who's a starter, because like for St. Mary's, everybody's getting in the game, tons of substitutions. And so, being a starter is not necessarily a big deal.
Yeah, volleyball has so much subbing in it, constantly in and out, that whether you start or not isn't as important as how many points you're on the floor.
I was just talking to former coach Monica Vanderhorst yesterday, and we were reminiscing about old volleyball rules where there were a limited number of subs per game, and oftentimes when you reached that limit, people would have to play all the way around in the back row who weren't necessarily your best defensive players, simply because they were out of subs. And she reminisced about their Final Four team that happened to several times in key tournament runs.
I want to talk about their head coaches a little bit. St. Mary's is coached by head coach Kaylee Yoder, Salina grad. She's now in her fourth year here at Memorial, coming off a great season. Last year they finished 17-10. 6-3 in the Western Buckeye League, but they really caught fire in the tournament. They ended up beating league champion Salina in the district semis, big rivalry game, and then fell in the district finals to one of the top-ranked teams in the state in Liberty Benton, who featured a Penn State-bound middle hitter. In fact, that was the first time St. Mary's has been in the district finals since 2015. So Kaylee, team's coming off of a great season, and I'm sure expecting a good season with these girls this year as a number of the leading players return.
OG's coach?
OG's coached by Amber Miller. She's in her 5th year at OG. She previously coached at Patrick Henry High School. She's a great high school player from Lipsick, and was a 4-year player at Kent State for the Golden Flashes. So in her 5th season, she's won a couple WBL titles. Last year they were 14-10, 7-2 in the league. They lost last year in the district semis to a top-ranked Coldwater team who went to state. Both teams coming off great seasons last year.
So we're just about ready for the first serve. Referees are checking rotations, numbers, making sure everybody's in the right spot. And in talking with Coach Yoder, she said the biggest thing that she's looking for is consistency. And that kind of played out against Minster on Tuesday. We'll see if she is able to, get some of that consistency, especially in the back row play as we get things started.
Katie Kaufman serves for OG.
I'm not sure we can count that as a kill.
That was I think it's called a shank in volleyball.
At least in golf, it's called a shank.
Lily Ramel goes back to serve for the Riders.
Lily is a senior.
She has 20 aces
setter
on the year. Second most aces on the team. Bryn Clark tries a tip long, and it goes just out. Bryn Clark is a all WBL player. She was first teamer last year and a second teamer the year before. Bryn has announced that she's committed to Ohio Dominican University to play Division II volleyball next year. Tough serve by number 25, Sienna Fry for OG. She leads the team in aces. She's a returning second-team WBL player, so she's their most accomplished returning player, as Bryn is for St. Mary's.
As just a sophomore also.
And she's only a sophomore. Sylvia Weekert with a spike. Nuss digs it up. Audra Clark.
And the Titans try a back row hit to Sienna Fry. Unsuccessful, and so the Riders will send Sylvia Weekert back to serve.
She was a serving specialist last year for the Riders. She's playing all the way around this year a little more.
Two really hard hits there by Sierra Graber, but Bryn Clark comes in for the kill.
You wouldn't want to get in front of that ball. That was straight down. Bryn's bringing a little thunder on that one.
Sylvia taking a look at that back line. She was unsure if she should have hit it.
Ashley Nuss tries to dig it.
And
it gets slapped down in what I think is known as a party ball. A weakly hit ball that comes over on the offensive team side. It's put down immediately. I've been looking up my volleyball terminology.
Katie Kaufman with that kill, by the way.
If you're a basketball fan, you know Katie Kaufman is an outstanding basketball player, as was her older sister. They are both going. Her older sister is already at Malone, and Katie has announced that she will follow his sister to Malone as well.
Bryn Clark with her third kill of the night. Now goes back to serve. Claudia Mag steps up and decisively puts that one down the line.
OG setters, Addie Bellman, she has literally almost every one of their assists. They funnel everything, her whole offense through her. St. Mary's, you'll notice, has two people who kind of share assists, Lily Ramel and Audra Clark. Great tip by Maddie Steger. The young sophomore is third on the team in kills. Ellie Kraft with the serve.
And the Titans try a back row attempt from Sienna Fry. Unsuccessful. Turns it back over to the Riders.
Kraft with a floater. If you're not a volleyball person, a floater is a serve that, if done right, is a knuckleball without spin and can really move, be very difficult to return.
And Lily
Rammel with a dump.
Yeah.
Setter slaps it over. Hits
did
the
a
ground.
nice job of throwing in those on Tuesday night
She had
against
several
Minster.
dumps for
Yeah,
points.
several.
Key moments.
And the Rough
Lily's
Riders
a 4-year
have
varsity letter winner, so she's seen it all.
an 8-5 lead with a timeout by the Titans. And with the timeout, we'll run through a few of our sponsors here, bringing you tonight's broadcast: Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Ogways Equipment Rental, Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Dr. Mike Compton Neck and Pain Relief, Guarneri's Pizza, and we will stop there and get back to the action here with the Rough Riders leading 8-5.
Ellie Kraft served the last couple points. Another good floater. Jenna Fortman with a bump. Sierra Graber with a cross-court shot, showing her athleticism. Not only an outstanding second-leading kill person for St. Mary's in volleyball, but a multi-time WBL title holder in track and sprints. Athletic young lady. Another shot by Graber.
I think right now in basketball and football, they would be giving them the fork, feed them.
Yeah, keep feeding her.
Yeah, yeah.
She's bringing the thunder. Kemet, Caitlin Kemet with a kill.
Kemet's a 5'11" junior for the Titans. Titans got a pretty big lineup out there.
That's typical of OG. Through the years in all sports, they grow them big in Putnam County. Sierra's just long on that shot. Or that was Steger, sorry.
Yep.
Steger was just long.
And the Riders with a 10-7 lead, hoping to get control of the ball again here.
Bump set by Rammel. Party ball. Sierra Graber terminates it.
Jenna Fortman with several nice digs in the back row, controlling the ball, getting up to Lily Rammel so she can get a nice easy save.
So she setter doesn't have to move. Better bump leads to better set, leads to a better spike usually.
And that's what Coach Yoder was talking about pre-game. She was talking about getting that initial pass up to the setter.
Sierra Fry gets the ball over. Tip by Sylvia Wiekert. Sylvia is one of the smallest players on the floor, but she finds a way to get the job done a lot of times, whether it's a spike through the arms of taller players or a little tip like that.
Graber with the jump serve. Nice block with Steger and Wiekert.
Wiekert got her hand on that. Not only does Sylvia is a surprisingly strong hitter, if you watch her celebrate, she's the loudest stomper and screamer I've ever heard for such a little girl. She probably doesn't weigh 100 pounds.
Maddie Steger with a decisive
with the
kill.
Bryn Clark subs in on her front row rotation.
Ashley Nuss as the libero for the serve. Nuss about wore that one in the face. That was
Nuss
a great
got a six-pack
pass.
on the head. Managed to set it up off the side of her head.
Caitlin Kemet with the kill.
Took a couple points off her GPA with that one, I think. She's a good enough student, she didn't have to worry about it. I told you, smallest girl on the court, she finds a way.
Kind of screws up the scouting report when suddenly somebody other than Clark and Graber are suddenly getting big points.
They list Sylvia at 5'7". I think that's dreaming a little bit.
Nice pass by Graber. Fielding the Ella White smash.
Number 32 for the Titans, Ella White, is a freshman, just coming up to the varsity.
Got her listed at 6 foot.
You may know her older brother, Colin White, who just announced he's going to attend The Ohio State University to play basketball with St. Mary's own Austin Parks.
Katie Kaufman with a little tip for the score.
Riders are up 14-11 in set one. Lefty Fry on the serve. Riders got a little out of sync on their timing.
The Titans are hanging around. You know, they didn't let things get out of control, and it's a tight game. Jump serve, and that goes long.
Riders will be looking to expand their lead with the Wiekert serve. Shanked by OG, but they recover. Clark to Clark. Little sis to big sis. Down it goes. Bryn's leading the Riders in hitting percentage. She's hitting almost 400 and leading in kills with 133.
Katie Kaufman with another kill. Cross-court style.
OG subs in number 13, Amory Young to serve. Graber with the save.
And Kaufman again.
Kaufman with the termination.
I've got her for 4 kills so far in the match. And like in basketball, our stats are very unofficial.
Uh-oh. Called a push?
Yes.
Called a push. Referee
Like
Steve
a
Trout,
two-hand.
the little city of New Knoxville's ageless referee.
And he's a good one.
Steve Trout's as good as it gets. Volleyball, basketball.
Emery Young registers an ace with that serve. A little confusion there in the back row for the Riders, lack of communication.
Sure, she was subbed in to be a serve specialist. Another one.
And another one.
Found the line. Riders got to do whatever they can to get her off serve. Titans take the lead 17-16.
Both of them were just a matter of, do I let that one drop or not? And
Titans' first lead since the very beginning. Graber's bump goes long. 18-16.
This is what
Timeout, St. Mary's.
Coach Uter talked about prior to the game, consistency, especially in passing in that back row. And I think Coach Yoder wants to take a little chat with them and say, hey, guys, we need to return to our early game passing style. And we'll take a break and talk about our sponsors for tonight's game. Guarneri's Pizzeria. Rider Rooters, as always, are big sponsors of Rider Nation Station. We'd like to thank VFW Post 9289, Albert Sporting Good, Laura Yelton State Farm Insurance. They are always a sponsor of Rider Nation Station. And attorney Dave Weilbacher, who coincidentally is also on camera for tonight.
He's not wearing his Confederate General's costume tonight. He wore a Confederate General's costume for the Bicentennial Summerfest Parade.
Advertising for the theater production. So it was delightful advertisement during the Summerfest Parade.
I always knew he was a rebel.
And
OG has mishandled ball. Point St. Mary's.
I think that goes to Sierra Graber, I think.
I think so.
I'm marking
Riders
her
down 1, 18-17, set 1.
I love having that third person here doing stats. I don't have to think quite so much. Kaufman with an attempt blocked by the Riders.
Clark to Graber. Off the block, point Riders.
Titans have a nice wall blocking up there, but just couldn't keep it in bounds.
Bren leads the team in aces at 22.
Claudia Mag comes up with her second
Off the Rider
kill
block.
for the night.
Point Titans, they take a 1-point lead, 19-18. Reagan put off with a spike just long.
Kind of her first attempt, I think, on the evening. And
Bailey Krause to serve.
Yes.
Senior for the Titans.
And Maddie Steger steps up to stop the bleeding for the Riders. Nice sideline hit. And the Riders pull within 1. That was a really important point at that juncture of the game. The Riders cannot let things get out of hand here.
Great get by Lily Rammel.
Denelli
Keeping the ball
Kraft
alive.
also, yeah.
Tip by Kemet finds the floor. Titans with a 2-point lead. Bellman back to serve. The Titans setter. Sierra Graber into the net. Point Titans.
Titans with a 3-point lead, and it's really important that the Riders get this one back.
Free ball. A little bit of a let. Ball hit the net and crawled over.
Maddie Steger gets credit for a kill, but I'm not sure how. But it's like baseball. Next week, it looks the same in the scorebook.
Dump by Lily Rammel. As we said, she's had several key ones against Minster that allowed us to win second or the third and fourth sets 2 nights ago. Timely dump.
You get that senior with that 4 years of
4-year
experience
letterman.
up
She's
there.
played a lot of volleyball.
Sienna Fry steps up with that left-handed smash.
Fry leads the Titans with kills with 126. Kaufman has 56. She has double the kills of any other player. So she's an outstanding sophomore.
And the Riders trailing by 2, 23-21, will take another quick timeout. Try to stem the tide here. And we'll take a couple of quick shout outs to Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, and the St. Mary's Foundry. And we're back 23-21. It's crunch time.
Ooh, close. Almost got it back.
Claudia Mag with a really nice serve there. The Rough Riders just did not handle that well.
Riders have had a lot of trouble with serve receive the last half of this first set.
Lily Rammel.
Titans are serving well.
Lily came up a little gimpy on that one after the hustle play.
I think Lily's nursing a sore hip.
Gutting it out, I think, the whole season. Ashley Nuss on the serve.
Fry terminates the point and the first set. Titans win set 1, 25-22.
And as the teams head back to the huddles, what are we thinking here? You know, the Riders started out the first probably 10 points of the game playing pretty well, and then OG just kind of climb back in, you know, hung around and kept her close. So, you know, what adjustments can they make? I think I'm going back to Coach Yoder's pregame thing, some consistency and their ability to handle the serves, getting good passes up to the front so they can make tough, hard hits on their spike attempts.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Did the other team hit better and serve better, or did they elevate that aspect, or did we receive a lot worse? Maybe a little bit of both. I think OG definitely stepped up their game,
right?
Serve better, hit better, but St. Mary's, a lot of those balls, I think the girls would tell you that they should have been able to get those to the setter better than they did.
When your setter's not running around trying to desperately get to second hits, it's a whole lot easier, and that means your hitters are going to have a lot better sets, a lot easier spikes, and I think OG had quite a few of those in the latter part of that set. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, if St. Mary's can turn things around. You know, you look at the score, they're in the game. It's not like they got blown out there. So and it's
dominated the first half.
Right,
of the set.
right. So we'll see.
Things fell apart from there.
And do we know anything about? I'm asking our executive producer. Do we know anything about soccer right now? No.
Battle for first place in the soccer field. OG girls and St. Mary's girls have had some knockdown, drag-out battles in the last several years. The league championship has went back and forth between them.
And as we stated before, Rider Nation Station doing our best to cover both games tonight. We'll see how this turns out. In the future, it could be a girls basketball and a wrestling double dipper coverage. We'll see how things go in the winter. But Dave Weilbacher on camera. I'm Kelly J along with Mike J and Rich Spencer running all the technical stuff for us this evening. And we're ready to start set number 2. The Riders will be serving. Looks like Ashley Nuss will get things started for the blue and gold, but I can't say blue and gold tonight, can I? It's like both teams.
Touch? Is there a touch?
The line judge says yes, there was a touch. Looked a little unsure of herself.
Line judge Senora Hemmelgarn.
Senora Hemmelgarn
had the touch.
Kind of an off-speed hit on that one.
OG star Sienna Fry with the serve.
Serve handled nicely by Ellie Kraft, set up the kill for Bryn Clark.
Lily Ramel has 20 aces this year, trailing only Bryn Clark's 22.
Jump serve for
I think
an
I called
ace.
that. That was a called shot, I told you.
Did you point like Babe Ruth?
No.
No. Found a little soft spot in the D. Not handled cleanly by the Titans,
Free
but
ball
they
to the Riders.
got a free ball.
Always a good idea to set Bryn Clark. There's a reason she's going to Ohio Dominican next year. Got to know who your star is.
Get her the ball. Rough Riders take a 4-1 lead.
Lily with the float.
Katie Kaufman just a little long.
See if Lily can keep her streak going. That's a party ball.
Oh boy.
Clark terminates.
They're drooling a little bit when they see that coming over the net. And
Riders respond to the first set loss with a running off 6 consecutive points.
And Coach Amber Miller says, hey, we need a quick timeout. And with their timeout, we'll talk sponsors for tonight's double dipping contest. We have Larry Schaff Auto Sales, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Dr. Mike Compton Neck and Pain Relief, Guarneri's Pizzeria, the Rider Rooters, VFW Post 9289, Albert Sporting Goods, Laura Yelton State Farm, and attorney David Weilbacher. And we're back from the timeout. Rough Riders with a 6-1 lead. Lily Ramel, senior, with the serve.
Riders couldn't get that one back up.
Ella White with a decisive spike.
Side out to Titans.
And right after she scores the kill, she gets subbed out.
Anne-Marie Young brought in as a serve specialist again. She had several big serves in the first set. Clark to Clark. Dug up.
Audrey Clark just didn't quite get to that second hit. Sarah Graber kind of saying my bad a little bit.
Let. Ooh, Clark with a good one-hand save. Dig. Reagan put off with a spike.
Ashley Ness with a great save from back.
There's the little front liner, Sylvia Weekert with a touch.
Third kill of the night.
Tipping over. Double hit on the set. She got roofed on that one.
Kaufman doing some damage up there in the front.
I've seen her do that in basketball a few times as well. Don't feel bad, Sierra. She knows about rejections. Her height and jumping ability will serve her well at Malone next year, playing basketball.
Bailey Krause on the serve. Riders didn't handle that one well, and this was right where we were in that first set.
We dominate at the beginning.
Jumped out to a big lead. Very important to be able to come back.
Free ball. Kemet terminates for the point for the Titans. She's also a very good basketball player as well.
Bailey Krause kind of controlling things. The Riders have struggled with all of her serves here in this little stretch.
A good floater.
That was probably
free ball that found a line.
a miss hit, yes.
Audra Clark tries the dump. Unsuccessful. Tip by Graber.
Nice save by Audra Clark.
Blocked but out of bounds. Point Titans. Riders have a 9-7 lead. Bellman
I think Addison
OG
Bellman
setter.
gets credit for that one.
will serve. Sophomore Steger with a good spike.
Two in a row set to her. And Claudia Mag gets credit for the score on that one. Again,
A little confusion by the
yeah.
riders on who was supposed to take that. I think that's called a campfire when there's multiple people watching the ball hit the ground. Party ball's terminated by Fry.
according to Coach Andy Rammel, Addison Bellman gets credit for an ace on that one. And once again, this is like a deja vu from the first set. Riders controlled early, and then suddenly
Our
we're
serve
not
receive
receiving
falling
well.
apart.
Yeah.
Titans are running off streaks of points.
Yeah, it does. It goes back to that serve
First
reception.
pass is off, then the setter's off, and then the hitter's timing is everything in volleyball.
Coach Yoder's making a switch with Jenna Fortman and Sylvia Wiegert, and whether that was just a little mental thing or stop the flow of the game, who knows? But the riders do get the point off of the serve miss hit. Ellie Kraft with the serve.
Second on the riders and aces.
And that was definitely needed. Maddie Steger with the kill.
Sophomore stepping up, getting a big point, bringing the riders back even with the Titans. 11-11.
Lily Rammel and Maddie Steger with the block.
With a double block on her.
Ellie Kraft continues to serve.
Joust at the net. Blocked by Graber, but out of bounds.
We got some vicious hitting back and forth here. Tied 12-12 on the scoreboard.
Fry with the kill. Claudia Mag back to serve for OG.
Riders are going to have to, again, kind of regroup. Get a good first pass up there. Ellie Kraft.
Great up by Lily Rammel,
Yep.
keeping the ball alive. Kraft in self-defense. Joust at the net.
And OG gets called for being over the
In the net?
Yeah, no, over the net. And the riders are, when they're trying to make a pass, they can't go over that way. I don't know the correct terminology. I'm not a good enough volleyball person to explain it, but Caitlin Kemet with another kill to her total for tonight. Leading the charge for the Titans. Now she'll head to the back to serve.
Great court awareness. Found the hole in the Rider defense. Weaker's free ball just a little bit long.
Yeah. Coach Uter says we need to regroup, calls a timeout with the Titans leading 17-13 in set number 2. And we'd like to thank more of our sponsors for tonight. Albert Sporting Goods, Lori Yelton State Farm, Attorney Dave Weilbacher, Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Augley's Equipment Rental, Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Dr. Mike Compton, Neck and Pain Relief, Winery's Pizza, Ryder Rooters, and VFW Post 9289. We are back. Set number 2, Titans leading 17-13 with the serve.
Caitlin
Kemet. Not the way you want to come out of a timeout. I'm sure Coach Yoder just talked about, hey, we got to get that first pass up to Lily Rammel so she can, we can get an attack.
Katie Kaufman with a emphatic kill.
Out of the middle, a little tougher to hit out of the middle. And right now, boy, Caitlin Kimmett's controlling the pace of this game with her serve.
Riders are consistently out of system. OG is not out of system.
When you're receiving serve and you're not getting an attack attempt out of the serve reception every single time, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And the Riders right now, and that's another one.
Riders aren't even getting a chance to get any kills. They can't get the ball up right now.
If they're lucky, they're just getting a free ball out of their third hit. And, boy, you can't put up points doing that. Right now, the Riders need to get the ball out of Caitlin Kimmett's hands. Very nice save by Claudia Mag. And Sienna Fry with another kill.
Caitlin Kimmett's the co-leader in aces for the Titans. You can see why. She's a good server.
Yeah, the Riders are definitely back on their heels right now. Titans have a 22-13 lead. And Caitlin Kimmett's looking to put things away in set number 2.
Single-handedly rattled off a half a dozen points.
Chandler Fry.
Great tip by Fry.
Yep. And while the Riders have tried several tips, suddenly the Titans are kind of sniffing those out. The Titans are using theirs a little more sparingly and taking advantage.
And OG's had numerous kills, forceful kills. Tips are much more effective if they follow a bunch of kills. It's an off-speed approach.
And the Riders call another timeout, trailing 23-13, and the Titans are right now just cruising.
We're on the verge of getting a 2-0 lead. This is reminiscent of Tuesday night against Minster, where the Riders did not play well at all in the first two sets. A little sloppy on serve, receive, passing.
Oh. We're losing.
Riders again out of system. Titans make them pay.
Ella White with a kill. The freshman
Ella White.
And boy, it must be nice to be able to bring in that kind of size. You know, they always got
6 foot
a couple
freshman.
6-footers in the front row. And
she comes from an athletic family. Her brother's gone to Ohio State. Her mom was a Division III first-team All-American at Capital.
There's some genetics at work there.
There's some genetics there.
Caitlin Kimmin not able to close things out on the serve.
Left-hander Fry,
Fry's
second-team WBLer, terminates the Riders' hopes in set number 2.
And I'm just getting the word from our producer that our soccer team is trailing 3-1 currently in their match against Ottawa Glandorf.
White.
And we'd like to thank, as we head into set number 3, we thank our sponsors again: Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Augley's Equipment Rental, Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Dr. Mike Compton, Neck and Pain Relief, Guarneri's Pizzeria, the St. Mary's Rider Rooters, VFW Post 9289, Albert Sporting Goods, Lori Yelton State Farm, and attorney David Weilbacher. And Mike, as we get ready for this third set, let's hope that the Riders can do the same thing that they've done the first two sets. Jump out to a lead, but then hold. You know, they kind of jump out to a quick lead, and I don't know if they're getting complacent or is OG just kind of buckling down. Sometimes it's a matter of rotations, who's in the front for OG, but they've got to be able to put games away.
I'm watching the St. Mary's huddle, and Coach Rammel is delivering a fire and brimstone speech. I've been in the locker rooms enough to know when a coach's face is that color with certain veins popping out in their forehead that he's giving we'll call it a motivational speech.
in basketball, he would have maybe snapped a posy board during that speech. Maybe kicked the chair, I don't know.
We'll see if the Riders respond. They did Tuesday against Minster and won the next 2 sets. It's tough when you're down 2-0 to come back. Caitlin Komet, of course, starts serving in game 2. Why not? She rattled off 10 in a row in game 1.
Ella White with the attempt. And Bryn Clark, and we haven't said Bryn Clark's name in a while.
No, we haven't been able to dig or set the ball in a controlled manner, and so she hasn't gotten any swings.
Right.
OG's hitters are consistently getting fed quality sets, and they're responding with kills like that.
Serena Fry steps up. The left-hander puts one down.
If you can't pass well enough to stay in the system, it can be a long night for your hitters. You're just not going to get any chances.
Fry is now back to serve. And she rifles off an ace.
Sienna Fry is an impressive player for she's 6'1", sophomore, second team WBL as a freshman. Does a lot of things well.
She's long and athletic.
She serves well, kills, hits well even when the back line.
Audra Clark sets her sister, Bryn, who dumps it in for a kill.
Riders could use a serve streak here. Get several points in a row. Get a little cushion.
2-2 on the scoreboard. Little fireball, Sylvia Weekert gets an ace.
Not a girl, Sylvia.
I think
Sylvia does her
call
trademark
that 2 in a
super
row.
stomp and scream. Big things sometimes come in small packages.
Oh, a soft one, mixed it up a little bit.
Kaufman with a missile. That was a rocket. Quick set, and she terminated. Hattie Bellman's a pretty impressive setter for a sophomore. She's made a lot of nice sets to her hitters.
Emery Young steps back to serve for the Titans.
She causes trouble both sets, serving. We jinxed her.
Yes, he did. Kind of hit a curveball. It was coming off her hand sideways a little
Kind
bit.
of cut the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's trying to do that or just mishit it.
Bryn Clark for the Riders. And they
Great
did
floater.
not handle
Great
that
floater.
serve.
Good knuckleball. The average fan looks at those serves and can't understand why they're not returning them, but if you watch them, they are really moving. It's a true knuckleball.
Claudia Mag steps up for the
Big
kill.
hit.
And they've got her listed at 5'7". She's got a little ups.
She jumps well.
She jumps really well.
5'7" senior, outside hitter. Titans with a serve error. See if the Riders can take advantage. Got the right person back there. Ellie Kraft is tied for second with most aces this year.
And the second game, I think she rifled off about 3 or 4 points in a row for the Riders. Short-lived this time, as Claudia Mag puts one away.
Bellman goes back to serve for the Titans. Fry with a spike off the block. Out of bounds.
Tough to control that left hand. She's got a little bit of, cross court, but she can also go down the line. Yeah, it's a little different.
Spike long. Titans want a touch.
They want to.
Did not get it.
Oh.
C. Graber back to serve. Shanked by the Titans. Point Graber.
A little taste of their own medicine. Didn't handle that serve well. Rough Riders with a 9-6 lead. 2 in a row for Sierra Graber.
See if you can return it. They call her C. Let's see if they can return it.
Finally got that one up.
Sierra tries a back row spike, goes into the net.
Those are tough.
Senior Claudia Mag goes back to serve. Free ball. See if the Riders can get this one down.
Addison Bellman is really keeping things alive for the Titans.
Sylvia Wiekert
with the kill. Yeah, Addison Bellman with several nice digs over here.
Riders are fighting for their lives in this set. Down 2-0. Trying to get something going.
Senior Ashley Nuss for the serve.
Freshman Ella White with a kill. Boy, the OG just has a lot of size they can use. Kind of surprising they have a 4-7 record. They do play a really good schedule, don't get me wrong. They do not look like a 4-7 team tonight. We got multiple 6-foot hitters, a good setter, serve well. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go on a long winning streak here later in the season.
Caitlin Kimmett back to serve, and we know.
Hey, we'd like to see that.
Yeah, we know she's
she
been
owes
kind
us
of
a few
nemesis
points
on
the
the
second
serve
set.
for the Riders. Riders still with a 12-9 lead in this third set, and boy, Mike, this is where we've been 2 sets in a row.
Yep. Riders surge to an early lead. Let's see if we can maintain it this set.
Lily Ramel, the senior, with the serve, and it's a dandy serve. It's her second ace of the night.
Miss hit by Kaufman. Point Riders.
And
Timeout.
Coach
Amber
Amber
Miller
Miller says enough's enough. 14-9. I want to stem the tide. And while they talk things over, we'll go over some of our sponsors for tonight. Larry Schaff Auto Sales, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Dr. Mike Compton, Neck and Pain Relief, Guarneri's Pizzeria, St. Mary's Rider Rooters, VFW Post 9289, Albert Sporting Goods, Lori Yelton State Farm, attorney David Weilbacher, Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, and Family Audiology Associates. We're back. Rough Riders leading 14-9 in set number 3. Senior Lily Rammel serving for the blue and gold.
Let serve. Return by the Titans.
Sienna Fry.
Lefty Fry.
You think
Keel
Coach
finds
Miller
a
said
way
that?
to the floor.
Get her the ball. Sienna Fry rotates to the back now for the serve, and she always has a good one. And maybe I've jinxed her. Puts that one into the net, and the Riders take a 15-10 lead. And again, this is kind of a spot where we've been in the last couple games. They just got to hold tight here. Weikert with the serve.
Float serve by Sylvia. Good tip by Bryn Clark.
Reading that well. Nice set by her sister, Audra.
Bryn's 4-year starter, as is Lily Rammel. She's played a lot of volleyball for the Rough Riders. Sylvia's mixing it up. She did a slow float the first time, hard one the second.
Oh, I'd like to see the Riders use all 3 hits.
Longest rally of the match, I think, here.
I'm assuming that, I thought that was maybe a tip.
I thought maybe we had a touch, but it was just
Yeah.
long by Bryn Clark.
It sounded odd.
Riders got a 5-point lead, 16-11.
Emery Young steps back to serve for the Titans. A 5'4" senior. Oh boy, that was
That almost got to the floor.
Nice save
Party ball
by Jenna Fortman. but it
terminated
just
by
sets it.
Claudia Mag.
Claudia Mag with 6 kills on the night.
Point Riders. I think we had a lift. I think Steve Trout called a lift on that one.
Bryn Clark back to serve for the Riders. And I think somebody was in the net for St. Mary's. Gives a point to the Titans and the serve.
Riders
Bailey
lead
Krause.
17-13, set number 3.
Bailey Krause back to serve for OG, trailing by 4. And Maddie Steger tries to hit that one over, and again, didn't start that whole possession very cleanly. Maddie Steger with a nice attempt. And from the middle, Caitlin Kimmett puts that one away. Riders did a nice job of trying to block, but boy, she went up strong, powered through it. And Bailey Kraus gets credit for an ace on that one, and again, suddenly the Riders can't serve receive.
Titans really responded well after that timeout. Whatever Amber Miller said, it was very effective. They've climbed right back into this match. It's now 17-16 Riders. Again, the Titans won both of the first two sets, so this is a must-win situation for St. Mary's.
And here at Rider Nation Station, we would like to thank our sponsors for tonight: Attorney David Weilbacher, Lori Yelton, State Farm, Our Sporting Goods, VFW Post 9289, St. Mary's Rider Rooters, Guarneri's Pizzeria, and Dr. Mike Compton, Neck and Pain Relief. And we're back from the timeout. Rough Riders leading by 1. We'll see if the Riders can serve receive. The answer there would be a resounding no. Caitlin Kemet puts it away, but it's set up by the Riders not receiving.
Right?
Yeah. Coach Yoder brings in Sylvia Wiekert in the back. See if they can kind of get something up.
Tough luck, let serve,
that's
crawls over the net.
in tennis, they hold their hand up and apologize for getting the point. I don't think
she's not apologizing.
I don't think the Titans are going to apologize. No.
Get a touch.
Maddie Steger
touch.
gets the kill because I think there was
a touch by the Titans on the block. Ellie Kraft, one of our leading servers. Be nice to see her rattle off several in a row right here.
Rotates into the game. Lily Ramel comes to the front to set.
There we go. That's the illegal hit.
There we go.
Sylvia stomps her approval.
Ellie Kraft gets credit for an ace on that one.
Setter Lily Ramel gets a rare kill attempt. Mag off the block.
Kept going back to her. Didn't get it down the first time. Let's try it again. Addison Bellman steps behind the line for the Titans with the game tied 19-19. She steps up for the serve.
Lily Ramel with a big dump. Point Riders.
And that's what's nice to have a little bit bigger setter in the front row so she can do those attack
Dump them
attempts.
over like that.
Graver with a nice save in the back.
Joust at the net, won by OG.
Certified with a really nice hit down the line. Nuss was able to get it up, but
couldn't control it.
Just not quite controlled, and we got a 20-20 tie game here. And Claudia Mag gets the
Boy, all
point
three
with
sets
the
have
ace.
been carbon copies of each other.
Yep.
Riders surge out to a lead. Then suddenly we have trouble returning serve, and the Titans run off a bunch of consecutive points.
And the Titans have a 21-20 lead. Coach Yoder says, hey, I'm not letting this one get out of reach, so she calls a quick timeout. And we stop and say thank you to our sponsors for tonight's game: Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Augley's Equipment Rental, Minster Bank, Plus One's Professionals, and St. Mary's Foundry. And Mike, it is crunch time as Claudia Magg
Do or die
steps
for
up
the Riders.
to serve the senior for the Titans.
It's win or go home for the Rough Riders right now. Free ball. Titans wisely set Fry.
And she gets the kill. Again,
After the last
knows-
timeout, you can see they've purposely set Sienna Fry a lot more since the timeout. You know, I think the coach told them, let's go to our moneymaker in crunch time. Another serve receive error for the Riders. Titans lead 23-20. Riders are standing on the edge of a cliff right now.
Yep. Got to get a point here.
Somebody's got to get this ball up.
And got to
Gonna
get a
have to
free
free ball
ball. Yeah. So Caitlin Kimmett out
Nice
of the
tip.
middle gets a nice tip. And again, the Riders unable to attack off the serve reception.
Mag is serving for match point in set number 3. Riders got to do whatever they can to get the ball over.
Graber with a nice save.
Graber with a nice save. Out. Riders are clinging to life.
And there's still a little hope.
Got the Narcan out, brought him back from the precipice of death.
24-21. They can rattle off a couple points here.
OG's repeatedly serving Fry. Out. Good. Senora Himmelgarn with a key out call. We'll put a little extra money in her paycheck for that.
And the Rough Riders creep back ever so close, 24-22.
St. Mary's will serve down 2.
And Coach Amber Miller said, hey, no, we're not letting this get any closer. And she calls a quick timeout. She's doing a lot of pointing right now in the huddle. I don't know if she's talking about coverage that she wants to change, or possibly, hey, let's get the ball to somebody. My bet right now, you know, if she's in the front row, I know where that ball's gone. That ball's gone to number 25, and let's see if she can put some points away for us.
Look, Kimmett's had a bunch of kills too. Up
Yeah,
front,
she
so.
has. She has.
OG has multiple options. A lot of size up on the front line.
Four kills for Kimmett and 5 for Fry in just this third set.
Yeah.
And thus back to serve for the Riders.
Got to get the ball in. Here we go. Bryn.
Got to give a little credit there
Point Clark.
to Lily Rammel.
Yeah.
Lily Rammel said, hey, I know who we got to go to here.
I know who's paying the bills on our team. And Fry,
man.
Sierra Fry, the all WBLer, terminates the Riders.
Puts that one straight down from the middle to end the Riders' hopes.
Everyone who came tonight, watch a fantastic match. Remember,
And as we come to a conclusion of our first Rider Nation Station broadcast of girls volleyball for this season, I was told that the last time we probably covered volleyball with personnel from this crew was probably back in the 1980s with the now defunct Memorial Television, MTV, with some of our St. Mary's finest, especially Rich Spencer, on the call at that time. But we're happy, we're glad that we were able to come out here tonight to witness this WBL battle.
Clash of the heavyweights.
And
both teams were 3-0 going into the night.
And it looks like it was definitely a Titan evening on Rider Nation Station, as I'm looking at a feed with our soccer team going through the handshake line with OG winning 5-1.
Oh boy.
So
good night for Ottawa Glandorf.
They'll have that long ride back north. And it'll be a good one.
Might be a little celebration when they get back to Putnam County.
Yep, it'll be a good trip up north for the Titans. The Riders are going to have to do a little regrouping. They've got a week now before their next game, and I'm
guessing there's going to be a lot of drills on serve receive.
Serve reception.
What do you think?
Right. Just sitting there pounding balls at them and seeing if we can get that first pass up to the middle of the court for our setter. But, you got to give the Riders credit that they hung in there. They were in all three all three
led
sets.
all three games at the halfway point and then just lost them.
So, again, Coach Yoder, it's one of those where I think when you go into the locker room, you say, we're right there. We obviously have some things that we can work on, but we're right there in the mix with these top-notch teams.
With the win, Ottawa Glandorf goes to 5-7 on the season, 4-0 in the Western Buckeye League. They'll be tied with Shawnee, provided Shawnee wins this evening. They'll both be tied in first place. The Riders will be a game back. St. Mary's will drop to 8-7 with the loss, 3-1 in the Western Buckeye League.
And we'll do one last rundown of our sponsors for tonight before we sign off. Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, All Glaze Equipment Rental, Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Schaff Auto Sales, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Dr. Mike Compton Neck and Pain Relief, Guarneri's Pizzeria, St. Mary's Rider Rooters, VF Post 9289, Albert Sporting Good, Lori Yelton State Farm, and attorney Dave Weilbacher. So, another volleyball game, I think went reasonably well for us. Probably didn't have all the terminology correctly, but we were excited.
Hopefully the volleyball gods will forgive us.
Yes, we're excited to be here tonight, and I hope everybody tunes in tomorrow for Rider Nation Station coverage of St. Mary's football. For Mike J., Rich Spencer, Dave Weilbacher, and me, Kelly J., thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight, and we will see you next time on Rider Nation Station.